this was it. This this is the one thing right here. And I don't know why why I've been just down for so long. Why just the need to silence now. It's time to break it. Um, and this is the one thing that did it. This is it's never an easy thing. I can tell you that much. Never. So I don't know if I should give advice or whatnot. At first, for me, I'll tell you this much. Just parents thought it was just a phase. They thought I would just get over it. Kept, my dad was more open-minded than my mom. My mom was very insistent about my choice of faith, even though she was never really the type to actually take us to church on Sundays. Actually, my father's more the type of person. Most he goes is, say your prayers before dinner, but both of them, from I guess the very root, they're Christians by very basic definition that they believe in Christ, and there's one or two, maybe three Bibles floating around the house somewhere. I doubt they've looked at them in ages, fucking dust. Uh, I do want to say this much though, and I was thinking a lot about it, and usually when I do a video of this caliber, I'm pushing the 10-minute mark almost all the time, and I'm actually thinking about what I'm saying, and then gonna say it, and then just shut up about it and not ramble on. But, for all that it's worth, um, the best I could really do for you, just besides to tell you how very sorry that I am. I don't know if you actually want to hear that, but I am sorry. Uh, I do hope things start to get better. Just hope, wish for nothing but the best. But did want to say this much though, as a pagan, from conversing with people who either believe in Christ, uh, just actually follow it like a religion, or to people who just didn't understand, meeting them face to face and explaining to them just some of the basic outlines of my own beliefs, where I stand with it. I've said it many million times. I'm pagan. I don't care who flags me for it. Um, the reason I think that people see witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, otherworldly religions as being evil, dark, demonic, whatever you want to call it, is because people bathe themselves in light so much that actually pagan Ron said it the best. You, you sit there and you stare at the light long enough, you're gonna go blind. To me, it's like deer in the headlights thing. Um, where all you see is light, but you don't know what it is, and everything else is the distraction. We chose as well, I chose as a pagan this path because I understand that I have a negative side, and I understand that I have a positive side, and not necessarily to keep a healthy balance of them, but I wanted to be fully aware of them. I wanted to know that they were there. I wanted to be able to accept them. And finding a path of life, or a path of faith, or a path of religion, whatever you want to call it, finding something about that, some sort of belief system that allows you to see both sides of the coin, or allows you to see from both sides of the coin. This was the closest thing I could come to, and actually does wonders for me, anyways. Um, but people, and even some witches, some Wiccans, people from pretty much any faith system of belief or whatever, they're, they sit there and they, the positive light, keep the positive in me, flush out all the negativity. The negativity doesn't just come from around you; it comes from within you as well. And a lot of people either don't understand that or don't want to accept that. So when it comes to something like, you know, it, just to throw out an example, somebody who, just I'm gonna throw some really bullshit figures at you. As someone who follows the almighty church of cheese, and they say cheese is a divine thing, and they worship cheese. They give praise to the milk, the cheese, and the ice cream. I don't know, something. And then all of a sudden somebody comes around and they say, "Hey, check this out. Pez. Pez is the fucking antichrist to them, or the anti-cheese, or whatever. Pez is the evil demonic force that they're trying to shun themselves away from." That's because they don't really understand that, you know, just as there's good and bad in Pez, there's good as bad in cheese. But they're so focused on the good aspects about cheese that if you throw a bad aspect at them, they get defensive. And they say, "No, cheese is good, cheese is good. Praise the ice cream." No, that's not that totally lost my train of thought there, but that, in my opinion, and through what I've seen, is the reason why people, they view negativity as something outside of their world, and then they don't even realize it, that they do this, but their inner negativity is being expelled through just downcasting, the people who don't follow their beliefs to a T. I mean, even within a church of cheese, some people sit there and say, blue cheese, and other people say, no, cheddar. And even though they all believe in cheese, which is supposed to be almighty, it's two different types of cheeses. So yeah, the stuff in that box, I don't even worry about it. I usually just threw that in there because this is an important step in doing what you do. Because even though one of the uh, part of the Wiccan Rede, if I remember correctly, does say to keep silent, and I probably did get that wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me. But they do say to keep silent. But I did read somewhere a few years ago on a website that I subscribe to that sometimes it's necessary to break silence, and it's never the easy thing. So I just hope that everything that I said within this less than 10-minute mark has gives you any kind of, lifts your day at least a little bit or something. You know, I just really hope that helps out, because you just did something. You just went through an extreme thing here, and uh, I apologize. I didn't actually see all of the video. I just really felt the need to comment because I could, it's obvious to see that you were feeling bad. And just wanted to try and at least give some sort of uplifting sense. I don't know if I succeeded or not. Hopefully I did, but I just hope that things do get better for you in the long run, and that all in all, everything will fit right back into place and you'll be smiling again. So that's it. My name is Zan Delacroix, and I am out.